What's up, witches? How you doing? Second cup of coffee and I'm perking up. Hiya, 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 hiya. Welcome to my channel. I'm Luna TheZenWitch, and it's a day, so that means there's an unboxing. And today, it is the Game of Thrones Tarot. I am sorry if that triggered you. Yeah, I got this deck before the last season. So, but now, I mean, it was such a taste in my mouth. And I'm so sorry for all of you that were Game of Thrones fans. I mean, we were traumatized, weren't we? That last season was something else, and should have been something else. I remember getting through that season and just thinking, they just rushed it through. It was like a little kid telling a story, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and the fourth wall was destroyed for me. What I was seeing was actors then instead of the characters that they were supposed to be playing. They blew it sky fucking high, and yeah. Okay, all right, I'll back up from there, because this is actually a good deck. This deck, Game of Thrones Tarot Deck and Guidebook, in this lovely box. Explore Game of Thrones with this beautifully rendered and wholly original tarot card deck. Includes 78 card deck and a hardcover guidebook. This was published by HBO because they know how to fucking make money. Right? Am I right? In 2017. So, in this beautiful box, we have this lovely hardcover guidebook. Check that shit out, man. And then we have this lovely deck. We've got the Iron Throne. Set that aside. So, what this really, I think, is going to make me do, looking at this now, is go back to the books. And truthfully, when, and I promise this isn't going to be, about the TV show, but how can you avoid it? When my daughter first told me about the show, and I was aware of the show when it started because someone that I worked with was watching it and just raving. I didn't have HBO, couldn't afford HBO, so who cares? Then years later, my daughter said, you got to watch this. Still didn't have HBO, so she gave me like the first few episodes, and I watched them. And the first thing was I was put off by all of the sex. I was just like, I just don't really need to watch it, and it didn't catch me. So she gave me the books. And I started reading the first book, and it was right after a Hogwarts session when I was in a massive crash. I mean, I was on the couch for a solid frickin' month. And in that solid frickin' month, I read like the first 3 books. And I could not put them down. When I started reading the first one, pardon me, I would read, and it would be like a couple hours, and it's like, okay, I got to put this down. And I would put it down, and 10 minutes later, it's back in my hand again. So the books pulled me in, which is why there's a show to begin with. Anytime there's a movie that people are raving about, go to the book, go to the source. I've always told my kids the book is always better than the movie because they just can't catch everything. All right, so let's look. These are those... what do they call them? It's like a woven finish. Very interesting finish. So let's start off, and let's see, since it's been a while, how many names and things I can actually remember. Here's the Fool, Tyrion Lannister, one of my very favorite characters in the show. Peter Baelish, the Magician, Slimeball. Melisandre, the Priestess. Daenerys the Empress. My memory's serving me well so far. The Emperor. And, HBO, knowing how things were going to end, one would presume, And when did they end it? Did it end in 2019? I guess that was 2019. They make her as the Empress. I mean, who else would be the Empress? Seriously. The Emperor is Jon Snow. Lord Varys, the Hierophant. The Lover is Jon Snow and Ygritte. The Chariot. Oh, yeah, baby. What was his name? Drogon? Hell yeah. Strength is Brienne of Tarth. The Hermit, Bran. I mean, all of these characters are in there and they just suit so well. The Wheel of Fortune. So we've got the Lannisters and the Starks and the Baratheons and the Lannisters, the Targaryens, the Starks, and the Baratheons at the four corners of the wheel. How sweet is that? Justice. I would give, I don't know what I'd give, to have been in a meeting when somebody pitched this. We need to do a tarot deck. And somebody went, tarot? What the fuck is that? And then, thank God they convinced him. So there's Ned Stark, Justice. Oh, Ned. Oh, Ned, you fucking idiot. Okay, here's the thing. This could be a long video. How many times were you screaming your ass off at the screen when characters would just tip their fucking hand? And I can't remember the exact scene, but I think it might have been Ned and Cersei when he's like, well, here's what I'm going to do, instead of just keep your mouth fucking shut and do it. Ned was an idiot. The Hanged Man. Oh my God. I remember before I started watching the series, or like right when I just started and was getting into it, something came across my Facebook feed, which house are you? And I came out House Bolton, and I told my daughter, and she was like, oh my God. And then I found out why later. Death is Arya Stark. My car is named Arya. Just so you know, it's little, it's red, it's fierce. Temperance is Samwell Tarly. And the devil is Ramsay Bolton. Of course it is. Look at this. Oh my God. Ugh. Evil. The Tower. So this is... I'm not sure which tower that is. The Tower of, what do they call it? The Tower of Joy? I can't remember what's her name and what's his name, Okay, onward. The Star. All right, there's Sansa putting the candle in the window to ask for Brienne's help. There's the Moon Door in the Vale. Is that what it was called? Sun. Oh, look at the dragons. And Judgment. Yikes. The Ice King. And the World. There is, what the hell is the world called again there? Westeros there. Okay. So, I mean, this deck is lit. It's hooked in. It's connected. It's got it going on. Here's the Ace of Spears. The Two of Spears. There's Daenerys looking out. So, we're following tarot imagery. Three of Spears. That looks like Peter Baelish, I think, with ships coming in. There's the Four of Spears. Who's that? That looks like what? The Dornish guy that came to kill the mountain, or to kill, the mountain. Absolutely. Ah, for Christ's sake. Ah, for Jesus. I got Bart. Okay, never mind. Five of Spears. Again, we've got standard imagery, which I appreciate. The Six of Spears, Daenerys riding in victory. The Seven. Wow, I mean, just excellent dynamic images. The artwork is wonderful. The characters look like who they are. Eight of Spears. Look at all those beautiful spears flying in. The Nine. Oh my God, though, the Boltons. That wall. That's pretty descriptive. And the Ten of Spears. There's the page. One of the, what did they call those? I don't know. Wait, I gotta look. the Page of Spears. Just to jog my memory. I'll get there. Hang with me. Stay with me. Don't leave me. Wait. Interesting. So the deck is starting with spears, but we've got swords there. All right. We're getting there. Page of Spears. Unsullied. Okay. That was the unsomething. The Knight of Spears. Is that Jaime Lannister? The Queen of Spears is Daenerys again. And the King of Spears is Ned. Then we have the Ace of Swords. Ooh, there's the wall. Blind Daria. Arya. Daria. We have a friend named Daria. Blind Arya. And how perfect is that for the Two of Swords? She's got her little wooden sword and she's got needle. How perfect is that? Three of Swords. That's pretty straight up. The Four is I don't know who that is, but somebody's raising him from the dead. Maybe that's Beric Dondarrion. Five of Swords. We've got looks like Arya again. Six of Swords. The Seven. Thief. Ah, that's Sam stealing the steel. Can't remember what kind of steel it is, but Sam stealing his family's sword, which is rightfully his, really. Eight of Swords. I think that's Brienne again. The Nine. Oh, one of the dire wolves. Oh. And the 10. And there's the downfall of Jon Snow. The Page. One of them guys. The Knight of Swords, that's Ramsay Bolton again. The Queen of Swords is Cersei Lannister. Look at that. So there's her first appearance. There we go. And the King of Swords, of course, is going to be the Ice King. Then we have the Ace of Cups. Look at that. Ooh, beautiful. The Two of Cups, Father Smith Warrior. Oh, okay. So here's the Seven, the religion of King's Landing, Father Smith Warrior, Mother Maiden Crone, Stranger. I am his and he is mine from this day until the end of my days. So that's what they say in the wedding ceremony. The Three of Cups. The Four of Cups. We've got Peter bringing a cup to Sansa. Slimeball. Five of Cups. This is, oh, that looks like Cersei. Cersei deep in her cups. She did love her wine. Six of Cups is, Sansa and Jon Snow up at the wall. Reminiscing, look at this, Six of Cups. They're reminiscing about their childhood. Sansa coming to terms with the fact that everybody was so shitty to Jon the whole time he was growing up. Seven of Cups, there's Bran when he's, what do they call it, warging and seeing all different things. Just wonderfully done. Eight of Cups is Jon I think that's John walking away from the wall. 9, there's Samuel Tarley in his library, in his glory, and the 10 of Cups. All these candles, I'm not sure what that is depicting. Then we've got Bran as the page. We have the Knight. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's the Knight of Flowers. What's his name? I can't remember. The Queen of Cups is Sansa, and the King of Cups is Jon Snow. Then we have the Ace of Coins, and lots of thumbs. 2 of Coins. It says, a Lannister always pays his debts. 3 of Coins. The 4, and I mean, you'll recognize these things. This is when the dog was had dropped Arya off and was on his way to wherever he was going that I can't remember. And he was in this place, and they were building a little shrine or sanctuary there. 4 of Coins. I don't know if that's the Iron Bank. 5 of Coins. There's Arya begging. 6 of Coins, Varys, paying off his little birds, probably. 7. The 8, one imagines that's Gendry, can't remember how we pronounced his name. 9 of Coins, there's Daenerys with her baby dragons. 10 of Coins, just wealth and abundance. And then we've got Tyrion. The Knight is Brienne. The Queen is oh shit, what was her name? Okay, hold on. Olenna Tyrell. That's it, Olenna. Olenna Tyrell, played by the incredible Diana Rigg. May she rest in peace. And the King of Coins, Peter Baelish. Yup. So, I mean, it's bringing back kind of nostalgia and enthusiasm for the stories, because the stories are so incredibly good. The writing is incredibly good. I got about halfway through the 4th book, and then the threads were getting too diverse, and I couldn't keep up with all the things that were going on. I think now, like with the entire series under my belt, I'd be able to do it. And let me say how incredibly wonderful these cards are. It's a thick deck, but look at this. They're sturdy, and they shuffle like a dream. Hey, every other card producer, do it this way, please. Just do it this way. Why can't they be that way? Why, you've heard me say this so many times, so I'm sorry for being redundant, but how people don't look at the product that they're offering and think, here's how it's going to be used, and let's find the best way. Because these certainly don't feel like they're going to wear out. They're very sturdy. All right. Allies and ancestors, guides and guardians, I offer you fresh water. I offer you the fire of Azrael, and ask that you be a true oracle and bring useful messages to my viewers. So mote it be. All right, let's do 3 cuts and then 3 off the top. What do we need to do? What do we need to know in order to thrive in our times, in order to lift the vibration of this planet and move us all forward? Everybody stayed put? All right. So we have the 10 of Cups, the Priestess, and the 2 of Coins. Straight to the book. 10 of Cups, first of all, What do we need to do? We need to look at everything that we have, all the joys that we have in our lives, and celebrate those joys. Feel the joy around them. If you don't have it currently in your life, go through your home and look at the things that you possess and the memories that they hold and celebrate that. Celebrate the ultimate happiness. Remember times where you had, peak moments and ultimate happiness, and spend time living in those memories so that you can generate that energy and that feeling. And then from that feeling, you start to visualize our happy future. This is the ultimate, this is the heights that we can get to as human beings, and visualize that. But you can start by, you can prime that pump by generating those good feelings of gratitude to begin with. That's what I think. Let's go to the cups and see what they think. Key meanings: joy, togetherness, love, achievement. And the description says, so you get an image of the card, you get this little description, and then you get keywords, upright meaning, reversed meaning. So the description says in tiny little letters, here, this is what I have this for. Looky what I have. 10 candles burn in the cozy bedchamber of Eddard and Catelyn Stark at Winterfell. Each cup represents a member of their family. So these are candles burning in cups. And I'm glad that they describe, so in the description of the card, you are going to get the references to the characters and the story. Upright meaning: this 10 denotes love, contentment, and the spirit of togetherness. Relationships, group activities, and children thrive as you enter a phase of emotional and financial security. Old tensions and arguments dissolve, long-term projects come to fruition, and you may even find your dream home. This card can also show another child coming into the family. How interesting is that? So yeah, it's togetherness, love, contentment. So we must take pleasure in each other. We have been forced over this past 6 months, as I shoot this, to come to terms with the quality of our relationships and the people we live with, to turn inward in that way. If you are alone during this time, there are still ways to reach out and connect with people. This channel is one of those ways. And I'm currently working on a Discord server so that we can get together and chat with each other and really have that direct connection. So there are many ways these days to reach out and connect with people if you don't actually live with anyone. And I encourage you to do that. So the first step here is to go for those connections and go for those wonderful memories, and let that fill your cup. Okay. Next, the priestess. Melisandre, the red priestess. Ooh, boy, what a character she was, huh? Key meanings: wisdom, secrets, the spiritual realms, intuition, feminine power. Pretty standard. Now we get the description. The red woman Melisandre is the Tarot's priestess, shadow binder, and former advisor to Stannis Baratheon and Jon Snow. Oh, so I'm sure Stannis was one of those cards that I said was the Peter Baelish. The flames in her chamber represent Hlor, R''Hllor, Hlor, Lord of Light. Fire is her holy book, through which she communes with her God. Her card number 2 signifies duality. The priestess mediates between the earthly and spirit realms, what is evident and what is hidden. Melisandre also has a hidden identity of crone. While her practices have brutal outcomes, she births a vile specter to kill Renly Baratheon and incites the killing of Shireen Baratheon. She can use her power for good and briefly redeems herself by bringing Jon Snow back to life after his assassination by the Night's Watch. Spoiler alert, too late. For this reason, Melisandre echoes both the negative and positive aspects of the Tarot's spiritual priestess. Upright meaning the priestess reveals wisdom, intuition, and secrets. The card invites you to honor your intuition and connect with spiritual guidance. This is also a time for privacy and discretion, and you may need to protect a secret or at least keep your own counsel. Your inner life is important now, and you may be drawn to study and seeking a mentor. Additional meanings: significant dreams, clairvoyance. So look at the meanings here. They really, it really is beyond just a gimmicky deck because Game of Thrones was so popular. Someone has done some excellent writing here. Let's find out who that is. By Liz Dean. So one imagines that the images, and I'm looking for the artist, how to use the book and deck. So we have Preparing for a Reading, Past, Present, Future, The Red Keep. Here's the card spreads. Old Gods of the North, Faith of the Seven, I Drink and I Know Things, Spread of the Masters, the Maesters. Okay, oh my God. Let me go through this real quick. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so the spreads, past, present, future. We have Dragon Glass is the past, Milk of the Poppy is the present, Valyrian Steel is the future. The Red Keep spread, the Throne Room, what's powerful in my life right now. Tower of the Hand, what needs to get organized. Secret Tunnels, what's the hidden advantage in this situation and the outcome. Really well done. Liz Dean, I think I'm going to have to look and see if this woman has any other decks because the writing is really good. Old Gods of the North spread. We have the Old Gods, the Weirwood, Children of the Forest, the Heart Tree, and One with the Sight. We have Faith of the Seven spread. So we got Father Smith, Warrior, Mother Maiden, Crone, Stranger. Lovely. I think I drink and I know things. So, so the number ones is, it might be time for a drink. What's your indulgence? Number 2 is learning. A mind needs books like a sword needs a whetstone. So there's a quote from Tyrion. What you've learned so far. 3 is the flaws you've accepted that no one can use against you. Weaknesses that are or can become your strengths. 4 is trials by combat, opposition and challenges. 5 is a Lannister always pays his debts. Did you pay your debts? Money and property. And 6 is the future. Then we have a spread of the Maesters: astronomy, construction, history, ravenry, economics, smithing, healing, warcraft, magic, and astrology. Really, really well done. So what I want to come to here is a time for privacy and discretion, a time to connect with spiritual guidance. So here we had connecting with the people around you and the relationships and communicating with them and, you know, feeling that joy and happiness of family around you. Here we have backing up and taking the time to yourself too, to connect with the other side, to connect with spiritual guidance, honor your intuition. I'm going to read the reverse meaning so you get an idea. The reverse card suggests false information. You may be misled by a teacher or mentor or otherwise persuaded to go against your intuition. A person's egotism disappoints, a confidence may be broken, or a secret revealed. Excellent meanings. Excellent. 2 of Coins. And keep remembering that it was HBO that fucked up, not Germ, G.R.R. Martin, right? His stories are fabulous. What an incredible writer. What an incredible history he's written. And what a fuck up from HBO. Okay, 2 of Coins. The unofficial Lannister motto: a Lannister always pays his debts. Resources, balance, tension, decisions. Tension, I like that. Keeping, giving, paying, saving, you know, this dynamic tension. The 2 denotes the tension between 2 forces. It often reveals cash flow issues or the need to choose where to live, work, or study when faced with 2 strong options. The message is consistency and attention to detail to keep money flowing and to make choices based on what is practical rather than ideal. An additional meaning is news via letter or email. Okay, so she gives like a little additional. I don't know why it has to be additional instead of just with the... At any rate, so what else do we have to do? We have to weigh and balance our resources. We don't know if any more money is coming, support. And now I'm getting really topical. So if you're watching this, years later, it's not going to make any sense. But balancing of resources, what needs to be paid out versus what needs to be kept. So in the middle of that is optional spending. You always need to send money where it needs to go to pay your debts. A Lannister always pays his debts, right? This message comes through with the Four of Coins a lot because it shows the miser, and people wanting to hang on to money against future problems. Well, if you don't send the money where it needs to go in the present, you're seeding future problems. You are setting up problems of debt mounting and, possibly eviction or things getting shut off or losing access to, utilities, things like that. So the balance is recognizing these are my debts. I think this is really talking about responsibility, taking care of your responsibilities, paying your financial debts as well as your karmic debts. And willingly, I have incurred this debt. I am going to pay it. I had somebody once talk about they were going to have to file bankruptcy. And we're talking about, before they do that, I'm going to charge up all my credit cards. And it's like, oh, holy mackerel, are you inviting the worst kind of karmic debt? Remember the one card we were talking about? Oh, was it in this one? It might have been in another shoot that I did, talking about if you know what's right and you do what's wrong anyway, that's the worst kind of karmic debt. Purposeful, intentional karmic debt. We incur karmic debt accidentally all the time, just by our actions generating an equal and opposite reaction. Those are the laws of the universe, right? But when we intentionally cause harm, when we know the right thing to do and through a moment of weakness, we choose the wrong thing, the karmic debt incurred is much greater. So recognizing your debts and willingly paying those is one way to keep things in balance. It also generates a flow. They were talking about a flow here. When money flows out, money is a symbol, and a symbol that reflects your creative output. And not necessarily immediately, but it is true. When you have creative output, it brings the flow of resources in. So when the resources flow out to where they need to go, particularly when they are supporting your creative output, when you are buying the materials and the resources that you need in order to be creative and shine your light to the world, then it's like a siphon. With the siphon, you suck on the hose and you put it down, and just because, the outflow is lower than the inflow, it just keeps flowing. The gravity does the rest. So this is kind of like that. When you create that flow going out in the way of energy flow, then something more flows in. So that's what we need to do here. We need to remember the good in our life, be grateful for it. We need to connect with spirit and take time to be internal and listen to our intuition. And we need to make sure that we're taking care of our responsibilities to keep those things in balance. I love this deck. I remember when I first looked at it, my daughter got it for me, and it's like, this really is a good deck. It really, really is. I'm going to go off now and look up Liz Dean and see if I can find any other decks by this writer, because she's really, really good. Love the box. I would recommend it because it is a frickin' good deck. And because we still have the good stories and the good writing, and we can just, tell the series to piss off. I will probably go back and watch the series again and again, like pre the next to the last season, because next to the last season is when they started jumping timelines and doing things that just made me go, that I'm not getting anything out of this. And one final word. One of the big clues that they fucked up so hard is in the penultimate season, the climax season, I didn't shed a single tear. It was emotionally devoid. Anyway, this deck is not emotionally devoid. This deck has the gift. I would recommend it. If you're Game of Thrones fans, go for it. give HBO some more money because God knows they need it. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that and got something out of it. I hope you're coming every day. I'm unboxing every single day till I get through my collection, and I'm always adding to that collection, so this could take quite a while. There's a donate button below if you feel so inclined. There's also a wish list down below where you can buy me a deck. Ooh, buy. Here we go. I'm back. If you buy me a deck, I will give you a personal reading in that unboxing. And if you give me your name in your little gift note, I will shout you out on my video and be eternally grateful. Your name will go into the catalog. I will bless it every time. Let's keep that circle turning, everybody. Please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I put out unboxings every single day, and I do a live stream every single Wednesday night where I use a couple different decks, a tarot and an oracle deck. These will always be decks that I have reviewed previously, so you get to see them in action. And I got to tell you, I'm enjoying this so much because it is making me a better reader. And I always want to improve. So I hope I will see you tomorrow. I hope I'll see you Wednesday. Please show up on Wednesday because we connect with each other then. And I love to hear where you're checking in from, and I like to have a conversation with you. All right, you guys, have an excellent day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, this is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.